How we doing, guys?
Morning, everybody.
Joe here.
Gavin.
So the West Wing, they're 3 for 3 for Christmas episodes.
My favorite episode, the first season, was definitely
The Toby Christmas
the
episode.
Toby Christmas episode, and maybe it's in the second season, and there were obviously a lot of bangers in the second season.
Yeah.
It was right up there. Bells,
Noel?
yeah,
Noel's
with the
a
bells,
very-
yeah, it was right up there.
It's a contender for the best episode of the show so far.
Absolutely,
However, personally for me, I just think that last episode we watched,
the two cathedrals.
I think that might be not the two cathedrals,
Oh.
the last Christmas episode.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the last one of the season.
That
I
was
got you.
fantastic too. But
Right.
I think that might be my personal favorite. I don't know if it's the best one, but I just think it resonated very well.
Yeah.
I love the use of transitions in the episode
And
It's very technically
flashbacks,
well
right,
made,
yeah.
And maybe the most realistic portrayal of addiction in a show.
Yeah, it was great. It was incredibly well done. The flashbacks are always written so well and handled so well on this show, and to great effect.
Also, John Spencer, who, by the way, thank you for not spoiling this. John Spencer won an Emmy for that episode too.
Did he? Good.
They told us when we did Noel that the third Christmas episode was also an Emmy-winning episode
Mhm.
for one of the actors, and they wouldn't tell us who it was.
Good.
John Spencer,
Well, he was great, wasn't he?
incredible.
It was a great moment. He played because obviously because of it's told in flashback,
Yeah.
there are massive up and downs with the character through the episode.
Sure, yeah,
And he was great at all levels there.
and
It was a nuanced performance.
it culminated in maybe the best Jed and Leo
It
moment.
was for sure. That,
Like-
that was a choker, wasn't it?
It really was, and
When-
their friendship is so
Right.
freaking great, man. It's so wholesome. And
Bartlett for America.
the
Yeah.
little cocktail napkin.
Yeah.
And Martin Sheen. Let's take a second. John Spencer. I did not know he had that in him.
Oh, he's great. Yeah.
He's always been good.
Yeah.
He's always been a great character actor.
Sure.
Always amazing in everything he's in. But the dynamic he has with Martin Sheen, it's unreal. Like, you could do a spin-off show with those two guys.
Sure. I agree with you on John Spencer. I just feel like there was so many times the roles he was given didn't let him do what he did there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there wasn't anything he could sink his teeth into like he does with Leo.
Sure, like I was watching on Tubi, shout out to Tubi, The Negotiator the other day.
Was he in The Negotiator?
Yes.
It's been decades since I've seen. Yeah.
Something on while,
Right.
while I'm editing or
Right,
whatever, And yeah, he's great in that, but like I can't see him as anything else but Leo now.
Oh, for sure. Right.
Even in Copland, he's just a great supporting actor,
He was good in Copland. Wasn't
Also
he? I forgot
named
about
Leo.
that. Yeah.
which is
Oh, was he named Leo? in
yeah.
that?
So it's very strange that he's I don't want to say typecast. But
No.
he does a lot of the similar roles. Like you need a supportive, like a supporting actor that's an older gentleman.
Yeah, and brings a little gravitas to conversation and everything.
John
Yeah.
Spencer,
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so even back to Martin Sheen, he also has a lot of range too.
Yeah,
Do
he
you
does.
think
Right.
this is the best Martin Sheen performance?
I mean, Apocalypse Now is hard to slap
Apocalypse
around.
Now.
Right.
I went home last night. I was watching TV with my mom, and they put Badlands on HBO,
Sure.
and so we are just kind of watching a little bit of that, which is not a tough hang, but it's kind of a deep movie.
Sure.
And his range is crazy because in that he's detestable,
Right.
but in this he is like the symbol of good
Yeah.
and just completely different from Apocalypse.
It's like
Now,
America's
you know?
grandfather you just want to hug. Yeah.
I like that. The older he gets, the more he moves into that nurturing role.
Yeah,
Even in the
for
Departed,
sure.
he's the same way.
He isn't he? Yeah, he was great in The Departed.
Yeah.
Man, what a loaded cast for this series.
It really is.
All right. We do want to welcome some new Patreon subscribers the last couple days, guys. So Jonathan, Random Fandom, and Ken Burr, thanks so much for being with us, guys. We really, really do thank you for being here.
We sure do. And if you guys are watching us on YouTube for the first time, welcome to our channel.
Hello.
If you don't mind hitting the like button for us, please leave us a comment down below. And if you don't mind hitting that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with all of our new content, hit that button. We'll have some more stuff coming your way.
Absolutely. If you'd like to see a full reaction to this and everything else we've watched or are watching, please check out a link in the description below to our Patreon page where you'll find a ton of stuff, including we are continuing on with 30 Rock as a Patreon exclusive.
Yeah.
So that's over there for you fans who...
And we're coming off a binge week too.
Yeah, we are.
We
Absolutely.
binged The Americans, so we're 4 ahead over on
Absolutely.
Patreon. We binged Marvelous Maisel, and we're in the middle of doing New Girl right now.
Absolutely. And as you know, we are also several episodes ahead over on Patreon for The West Wing. So if you
Yeah.
want to see the next several episodes, you don't have to wait. You can head over our Patreon page. You can see them right now.
If you're going to put a deal on the table, I'd prefer there not be armed guards outside the door to intimidate him.
Congressman Gibson.
Yeah.
You know where his testimony was about to go.
Yes.
We're willing to end the hearings right now.
And his testimony.
His testimony, the First Lady's, the balance of the witness list, the hearings. H.R. 172.
Censure.
Yeah. A resolution condemning the president for lying to
Who
the...
didn't lie? I'll just call the president and suggest to him that he allow a huge bipartisan vote on the floor of the U.S. House of Representatives, calling him a liar. I take a bullet for the president. He doesn't take one for me.
The thing is I'm with you. I think Bartlet would say I kind of did.
And he's going to help out his wife.
Right.
It's going to help out Leo.
It's going to help out his wife.
It's going to help out everybody, you know?
This is The Camera Doesn't Lie, what I saw at the Bartlett White House by Ron Burkholdt. What we're doing is making note of anything, big or small, that's wrong, anything I can use to attack credibility.
Okay, well, right away, I see one.
What? I'm Larry. He's Ed.
Listen, you know Amy Gardner, right?
Women's Leadership College.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've known her for a while. I'm a straight shooter. I think my record's pretty clear on that.
Yeah.
I'd like to see her again. I need to come in under the cover of business.
Because you're a straight shooter.
Yeah, I need a point of friction, an issue where the feministas in the White House disagree. She's got, I'm bewitched, I'm ensorcelled.
Ensorcelled.
There's got to be some way we're screwing them over.
They wanted 21 million, they're getting 20.5.
Well, that's practically an insult.
So he is definitely making up a fake issue here.
It's like a love language for fighting.
Right. It really is, isn't it? Yeah.
Leo? The lawyers are talking about it.
When I have to know, I will.
Yeah. It's a map of the Holy Land that was drawn in 1709.
Oh,
It's
wow.
titled Canaan, Palestine, or the Holy Land.
How'd it go?
Last night?
Yeah.
It was
He hasn't told him yet.
How did they offer?
Yeah.
nothing.
You left without me.
Well, if you're going to make a strong exit, you really can't wait for someone to get their purse together.
How long does it take to get a purse together? Do you know how much force and effect it has?
Jordan.
None.
It's
No
just-
force
it's
and
just
effect.
Bad
The following
press.
is a
Yeah, really.
sampling of non-binding joint resolutions from
Have a meeting.
a resolution
Yeah.
recognizing the contributions of Bristol, Tennessee to the development of country music.
I'm sorry, I have a budget meeting. This is 535 congressmen and senators standing up and saying the president lied and should be ashamed of himself.
I remember this guy as a not very talented, not very pleasant malcontent who wasn't here very long. On Carol's birthday, did you happen to attend a seance where they tried to contact Margaret's grandmother? Well, I guess you should know we have galleys of a book that's coming out in a few weeks, a kiss and tell by a photographer who worked for me for about a half hour.
Charlie gave this to me.
Film the map.
It's a map of the Holy Land drawn in
Keep your copy away from
1709.
it, though.
He got it at a flea market.
Because some people are going to find it offensive.
Why?
Doesn't recognize Israel.
That's probably true,
Hey, your
honestly.
favorite movie was on TV last night.
By God,
Jewish.
I'm 50, alive, and the king, all at the same time.
You fool. As if it matters how a man falls down when the fall is all
Falls
that's
all
left.
that's left. It matters a great deal.
Listen, we need to talk about something.
What's that?
Paid family leave. Sorry, there was a dog in here for a second. Well, I'd like to talk about this in person. Any chance
Yeah,
we could
you
get
would.
together?
Sure, can you have a late drink tonight? I have a date, but I should be able to meet you by 11.
Well, I don't want to bust up your date or anything.
11 o'clock. Jeez.
We live in the Midwest where everyone eats while the sun is still up.
Yeah.
Always.
A resolution
I think she's
remembering
good for
the
Leo.
life of
I
George
think, yeah.
Washington. Because there was a chance we were going to forget who he was. You need to get...
You need to get that I am the White House Chief of Staff.
And how much longer do you think you're going to be able to keep that job if you tell the story they're going to make you tell?
Oh, what a great shot.
It's really good. That's
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to meet with you for a minute, and I need for nobody else to know it's happening.
After having 2 daughters, Jed Bartlett wanted a son and sought advice from the book How to Choose the Sex of Your Baby by Dr. Landrum B. Shettles.
I want to show you this great map Charlie found.
She's going to
Sir,
say
I
no
know
too,
that you
isn't
can't
she?
put it up in the West Wing.
Yeah.
It doesn't recognize Israel.
They don't want us to put up our map, Charlie. They're Philistines in the fight for freedom, but that doesn't bother us, does it?
You didn't have special underwear, right?
Thank you.
Charlie's like, what's going on?
What's going on?
I need you to set up a meeting for me and Josh. Phone conversation will be fine, but I need it to happen right away.
Is this why your office has been calling all day?
I'm trying to help Leo McGarry.
Since
Yeah,
when are
he
you in the
is.
business of helping Leo McGarry?
Put it together, Donna. I think it looks like she is.
Yeah.
You're the one who had the recess called. Before the Christmas break. It was you.
Yeah,
I
he
need
was
to
the
talk
hero.
to Josh.
He was a hero.
Yeah.
You don't like the ballet.
No. I've never been to Bosnia either, Amy, and I don't think I'm going to go.
Don't mind sending Marines, though, do you?
Thank you.
Quick.
Thank you for the
yeah.
intro.
Sure.
Won't catch her at the ballet.
Or in a library either.
She seems smart to me.
It's just
That's
mean.
mean, yeah. Because she serves tables? Chill out.
She said one word.
Yeah.
Sure.
You guys wanted 21 million?
Yeah?
It's gonna be 20,500,000.
Is it possible that you are so addled that you've constructed some nonsense problem so that you'd have an excuse to see me?
Yes.
If this thing went 5 minutes longer than you wanted to go, you'd run for the hills.
There's going to be a book coming out in about 3 weeks.
I heard. Look, I'm really not going to talk to you about my underwear. I said, why does it matter?
Well, because I don't think it's such a good idea to be casual about the truth.
Neither do I.
This is where that's coming in with the censure. Yeah. That's where he's going to start thinking about it.
I'm not pushing you, okay? I just want to hear your reasons.
It is an historical judgment. Andrew Jackson knew that.
Guess what? I didn't know that.
See? Yeah. That's a good response.
History forgets these things.
Presidents don't.
We can't sit on the, I'm sorry, we can't sit on the sidelines and ignore this crap. I'm not going to.
They're victims of fires, they're victims of car accidents. This kind of thing, there are no victims, just volunteers. I'm not going to give this guy and his book the way to the White House. Obviously, there's a problem. When it's our turn to worry about it, they won't be shy about telling us. Let's not fixate on the knuckleheaded stuff we think we can fix in the meantime.
A guy shoots 1 for 23 from the field.
McTeer.
Yeah. My question is, why are you fouling this guy at all? I just get out of the way and point him toward the basket.
Yeah.
What are you doing here?
Just hanging out. Why do you live here?
I do. When my phone rings at 11 o'clock, it's important. Not important to me. Important.
Maybe not so much for you with the talking.
Yeah.
There you go.
You want to step in for a second? Yeah, I'm going to do it.
Sir,
Yeah.
it doesn't get Abby off the hook. She's still going to have to deal with the AMA.
I was wrong. I was.
See?
I was wrong.
There we go.
Big man
Yeah,
doing
he is a
that.
big man. Yeah.
Man, like,
I may not have
it
had
makes me want to well up thinking
sinister
about
Yeah.
him.
intent at
He's
the
a good
outset,
person. Yeah.
but there were plenty of opportunities for me to make it right. So we come to occupy a moral safe house where everyone's to blame, so no one's guilty. So at least I'll make history, huh?
I think you already made it, pal.
Yeah.
Andrew Jackson, 1834.
He was censured in 34. He got it expunged in 36.
Recognizing Israel's a pretty hot button, wouldn't you say?
In Lebanon, not here. Just sit here quietly.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, not my White House.
Right. I mean, he did. He did hide it. That's all they're saying is that he hid it.
They get to point their finger and be
They
like,
can.
ah!
Yeah, exactly. But then they're right though. You move on. A week later, there's different news. Yeah,
That's all it is a gotcha thing. And
It
that's
is.
like- it's the,
for sure.
It's pretty to get themselves
Right. It's a headline grabber, and then that's the day's headline.
Yeah. And like, I didn't know that Andrew Jackson was censured.
I didn't either.
When they said that no president's ever been censured in history, I didn't argue that. I was like, yeah, not that I know of.
Yeah, I had no idea either. I just assumed that it happened at some point.
I mean, for being honest,
It's just, I
if the
don't,
president can be impeached and they continue to be the president,
right.
you know, like
Being brought up on impeachment charges does seem like a much bigger deal than
exactly,
than,
exactly.
than still than censure. Yeah.
It feels like the MS situation. We're really winding down that story now.
I think so. I think that's the whole point. Is like it was a great storyline for the end of season 2 into season 3, like a season and a half. You know,
Really,
a bulk of a season's worth of episodes. And I think it's right that then it's like, okay, we've got that done. This is over. People have pointed and yelled shame. Now let's move on to the other things.
Shame. That's good.
I mean, really.
I wonder if they're gonna, if it's really gonna end with Abby losing her license.
That's the
That
thing.
would
That's
suck.
the big thing that still is that Abby's medical license is at risk, and that really would suck. Yes, just like with Jed Bartlett here, she's technically guilty of
You
the
have
things
to
they're
lead by
accusing her of. You know, yeah, she is. So I don't know what they do. I don't know if there's something like this where there's a compromise.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't have your medical license while you're first lady anymore until that's over, or and you go back to work in a hospital, or what.
I think the fair compromise is, hey, we won't put you in jail
I mean, really, yeah.
I mean, because that's
I don't know if there's charges. I mean, she's just dealing with the AMA, and I don't think there's criminal charges involved with that. I don't think there's a risk of that. I think the only thing really at risk is her medical license.
Okay.
And if there's not a compromise and she just loses her license, that would really suck.
would suck because she doesn't. It was a noble deed, right?
It was a noble
she was
deed,
still
but
caring for someone, but at the same time,
she violated their ethics rules for sure.
You did.
She did.
And so, yet, I think personally, if Bartlett can do this, you have to lead by example. And I think that
I do too.
You're just making peace with everybody, making it all good. You want this to go away, you got to play the game.
And there might be a way with the AMA where she doesn't have to lose her license. You know what I mean? They can restrict it for a while. You know, I don't know. She quits whatever medical board she's on. She mentioned that before.
Sure.
I don't know. But I guess we'll see moving forward. I don't know what kind of deal they're going to make out of it, if it's a big deal or not. But.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
Right.
We'll see. This show really is unpredictable sometimes. I mean, you don't know how far they're going to jump.
Sure.
I could have sworn they were going to jump ahead way past the hearings.
I do too.
Move on, but I like that they continue this. It feels like a nice little, capstone.
They resolved it, which is good. I'm glad they didn't leave it hanging.
Yeah.
And like a throwaway conversation. It's like, boy, that was rough. I'm really glad they canceled the hearings. You know.
No, but also like the MS storyline is compelling, but at the same time, it's like, how much longer is this going to go on for?
Right.
Not that I'm tired of it or anything, but it's just like, wow, this is really continuing this into season 3. Okay, so we're done with that. We still have a year before the elections is coming up. So what are we going to get up to now?
Sure.
You know? That's kind of what I'm looking forward to.
Probably more focus on other issues in the election, I would guess.
Probably so.
And more military stuff, because it never seems to stop.
We mentioned it a few episodes ago. I'm assuming season 4 is going to be the election season.
Maybe, but I felt like this was it. I feel like this is it.
Well, I guess the campaign does start like pretty early on, but they've got a year still,
Well, we're at episode 10, and we've been campaigning. Bruno's been there. He announced an episode 2. I feel like the election's probably going to be by the end of this season.
You think so?
Yeah. I may be wrong, but
halfway through it, I guess.
But I mean, if you have, we've done about a year a season, right? Yeah. So if we have 4, 5, 6, 7 left, I feel like that's the next 4 years of the term after the election. Would be my guess. I mean, obviously I can be wrong. We don't really know, but that's kind of where I was kind of going with an expectation that they would do that.
We got to see who the.
Yeah, we definitely have to meet.
Who's the Republican he's running?
We have to meet the Republican challenger still. Who's going to come out of that pack? And so far, we don't know anybody.
Do you think they're going to get like a really big name?
I hope so.
So too.
That would be great.
I want like Kevin Kline or
Charlton Heston.
Oh, that's the one.
Right.
That is the one. Charlton has to be great. Was he still alive? When did he pass away?
I don't know compared to when the show was on. I think he was still alive because wasn't he running the NRA at this point?
Yeah, for a long time.
Yeah, I think he was. Yeah, I think he was still alive.
That would be hilarious. He just comes on stage with a big old ammo belt.
From my cold dead hands. All right, guys, we'll catch you on the next one.